Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. There you are. Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Hare Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama Rama Hare Hare
Krishna 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 Hare Rama Hare Rama
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama
Hare Rama
Rama Rama, Hare Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama
Rama,
Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama
Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama
Rama Rama,
Hare
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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Rama
Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare
Rama Rama
Krishna
Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama
Hare Krishna
Rama
Hare
Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Rama, Hare Rama
Rama Rama
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama
Hare
Rama
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 Hare Rama Rama
Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare 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 Rama, Hare Rama
Rama Rama Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama
Rama Rama
Rama
Hare Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama
Rama Rama
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare
Rama
Hare
Hare Hare Krishna
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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama
Rama
Rama Hare
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 Krishna
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 Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Rama,
Rama
Hare Rama
Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare
Rama, Hare Rama
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 Rama Hare
Rama,
Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama
Hare Hari Rama,
Rama Rama Hare Hare
Rama Rama Hari Hari Hari
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare Rama Hare
Krishna Krishna Hari Hari Hari
Rama
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 Hari
Hare
Rama
Hare Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama Hari
Krishna
Hari Hari Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hari
Krishna
Hari
Hare Hare Rama Hare
Rama
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 Rama Hare
Hari
Hare
Hari
Krishna
Hari Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari
Rama
Hari
Rama
Hari
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna
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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama Rama Rama
Rama
Hari
Rama
Hari Hari
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna
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 Hari Hari
Hare
Hari
Rama
Rama
Hare Rama
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 Rama Hari
Rama
Hari
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hari Hari
Hare
Hari
Rama
Rama Hari
Hare
Rama
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 Rama Hari
Rama
Hari Hari
Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Hari
Hare
Hari
Rama Rama
Rama Rama Hari Hari
Rama
Hari
Rama Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hari Hari
Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare
Rama
Rama
Rama Hari Hari Hari
Rama Rama
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
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 Krishna Hari
Krishna
Hari Hari
Krishna
Rama
Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama
Rama Rama Hari
Rama
Hari
Hare
Hari
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hari
Hare
Hari Hari Rama
Rama
Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama 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 Hari
Rama
Hari Hari
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna
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 Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare
Rama Rama Hari
Rama
Hari
Rama
Hari
Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Hari 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 Rama 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 Hari Hari Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Rama Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna Hari Hari
Hare
Hari
Krishna
Rama
Krishna Krishna Hare
Rama
Hare
Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna
Rama Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hari
Krishna
Hari Hari
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama Hari
Rama
Hari Hari Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare Krishna
Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hari
Krishna
Hari
Hare
Hari
Hare Rama Hare
Rama Rama
Rama
Hari
Rama
Hari Hari
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hari
Hare
Hari
Hare
Hari
Rama Hare
Krishna Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hari Hari
Krishna
Hari
Hare Hare Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Rama Rama
Krishna
Hari Hari
Krishna
Hari
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare Rama
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama
Rama Rama Hare
Rama Rama Hari
Krishna
Hari Hari Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hari Hari
Rama
Rama
Hare
Hari
Rama,
Rama
Hare Rama,
Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hari
Krishna
Hari
Hare
Hari
Hare
Rama Hari
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama Hari Hari
Hare
Hari
Hare Krishna Hare
Krishna
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 Krishna Hare
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 Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama Hare
Rama,
Rama Rama Hari Hari Hari
Rama
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hari
Hare
Rama Hari
Krishna,
Rama
Hare Krishna,
Rama Rama
Rama
Hari
Rama
Hari Hari
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hari
Rama,
Hari
Hare
Hare
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Rama,
Rama
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 Hari
Hare
Hari Hari
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hari Hari
Hare
Hari
Hare
Rama
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 Hari
Hare
Hari
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hari Hari
Rama
Rama Hari
Rama
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 Hare
Hari Hari
Hare
Hari Krishna
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Hari
Hare
Hari Hari
Rama
Rama Hari
Rama
Rama Rama Rama Hari Hari Hari
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna Hari
Hare,
Hari
Hare Rama,
Rama
Hare
Hari
Rama,
Rama
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 Rama,
Rama
Hare
Hari Hari
Hare,
Hari Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hari Hari
Hare
Hari
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Hari
Rama,
Rama
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 Rama,
Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hari
Hare
Hari Hari
Hare,
Rama
Hare
Hari
Rama,
Rama
Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hari
Hare
Hari Hari
Krishna, Hare
Rama Hari
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna
Rama
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Hari Hari
Hare,
Rama
Hare Rama,
Hari
Hare Rama,
Krishna 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 Hari Hari
Hare
Hari
Hare,
Rama
Hare
Hari
Rama,
Rama
Hare Rama,
Rama
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 Rama,
Hari
Hare
Hari Hari
Hare,
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Hari
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hari 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 Rama
Hare
Hari
Rama,
Rama
Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama
Rama
Rama
Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Rama Rama,
Hare
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Hare
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 Hare, Krishna
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Hare Hare Rama
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare, Rama Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare
Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Rama Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
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 Hare, Krishna
Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna, Krishna
Rama Rama
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Krishna Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hare Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna Hare 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 Rama
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Hare
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare Hare,
Rama
Hare
Rama Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama
Rama Rama, Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Hare Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama Hare
Krishna, Krishna,
Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Rama Hare Rama,
Rama Rama
Rama
Hare Hare
Rama,
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare Hare Rama
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Rama
Hare
Krishna,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Rama Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama Hare Hare Krishna
Jesus,
Krishna
Srila
Krishna
Prabhupada,
Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita, Gadadhar, Srivasari, Govinda, Jesus, Srila Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita, Gadadhar, Srivasari, Gaur, Bhaktivinda, Srila Prabhupada, Sri Krishna, Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita, Gadadhar, Srivasari, Gaur, Bhaktivinda, Srila Prabhupada, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita, Gadadhar, Shivasadi, Gaura, Bhaktivinda, Jesus, Srila Prabhupada, Sri Krishna, Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Shivasadi, Gaura, Sri Krishna Chaitanya,
Sri Krishna
Prabhu Nityananda, 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 Gauranga, Nityananda, Nityananda,
Sri Krishna Chaitanya
Gauranga, Nityananda, Nityananda,
Sri
Gauranga,
Krishna Chaitanya
Gauranga,
Sri Krishna Chaitanya Sri
Nityananda,
Krishna Chaitanya
Gauranga,
Sri Krishna Chaitanya
Nityananda,
Sri Krishna Chaitanya Sri Krishna Chaitanya
Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga,
Kuranga Kuranga
Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga, Nityananda, Nityananda, Nityananda,
Nityananda Nityananda
Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna
Shri
Chaitanya,
Krishna Chaitanya,
Chaitanya,
Shri
Shri
Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya,
Shri
Shri
Krishna
Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna,
Krishna Chaitanya,
Shri Krishna Chaitanya,
Shri Krishna Chaitanya,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Shri
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Chaitanya,
Shri
Krishna,
Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna
Hare
Chaitanya,
Rama,
Shri
Hare Rama,
Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare
Hare Hare Hare Ram.
Rama,
Shri
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Chaitanya,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna,
Chaitanya,
Hare Hare,
Shri
Rama,
Shri
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Chaitanya,
Rama, Rama, Hare
Shri
Hare, Rama,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Chaitanya,
Krishna, Krishna,
Shri
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Chaitanya,
Rama, Rama, Hare
Shri
Hare,
Krishna
Rama,
Chaitanya, Shri
Krishna,
Krishna
Shri
Chaitanya,
Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna
Rama, Rama,
Chaitanya,
Hare Krishna,
Shri
Chaitanya,
Chaitanya,
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama,
Shri Krishna
Krishna
Rama,
Chaitanya,
Rama, Hare Hare,
Shri Krishna Chaitanya,
Hare
Shri Krishna Chaitanya,
Krishna, Krishna,
Shri
Hare Hare,
Shri
Rama, Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Shri Krishna Chaitanya,
Krishna.
Shri Krishna Chaitanya,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Chaitanya,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna, Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare,
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama,
Rama Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Rama, Rama
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Hare,
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare,
Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna,
Ram Ram Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama, Rama
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama.
Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Rama,
Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama
Rama, Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare Hare, Krishna
Krishna,
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 Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama, Rama, Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna
Krishna, 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 Hare Hare,
Ram
Hare Rama,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Ram.
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram
Krishna, Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Ram.
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna, Hare
Ram
Hare, Hare Rama,
Ram Ram
Rama,
Hare
Rama, Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Ram Hare Hare
Rama
Krishna
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama
Ram,
Rama
Hare
Rama Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Ram, Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare Hare Rama Hare
Ram,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama
Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare
Ram,
Rama
Ram,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Ram, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Ram, 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Ram, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Ram, 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 Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama Hare
Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare
Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri
Hare
Advaita
Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda
Bhaktivinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya
Hare Krishna Chaitanya
Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari
Hare
Shri
Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya
Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda
Prabhu Nityananda
Shri
Shri Advaita
Shivasari Gora Bhaktivinda
Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gora Shri Krishna
Hare
Chaitanya
Krishna Chaitanya
Prabhu
Hare
Nityananda Shri
Krishna Chaitanya
Gadadhar Shivasari Gora Bhaktivinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gora. There it is. Shri Krishna Chaitanya.
Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna
Jaya Jaya
Chaitanya,
Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Shri Advaita Chandra Jaya Gora Bhaktavinda.
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta
Oops. All right, reading from Govinda Lilamrita. If I don't get ecstatic, I'm going to throw in a towel. And we'll let someone else read. All right, so I'm giving Krishna one last chance.
Me too.
You too? Sometimes he's obstinate. last ditch effort. Okay, so we're going to go over chapter 6, the one that Lalita read yesterday. She picked a winner, so let's try that. Krishna plays in the forest. When Hari looked back, over his shoulder as he entered the forest, he saw that the Vrijavasis had stopped following him. This made him bloom of joy. When Hari looked back over his shoulder as he entered the forest, he saw that the Vrijavasis had stopped following him. This made him bloom of joy. Being loosened from the chain of the Vrijavasi's glances, Krishna jumped forward into the forest, and free and restless as a mad elephant. Krishna jumped forward into the forest, free and restless as a mad elephant. Krishna was like a picture that was released from the bondage of the Vrijavasi's eyes by the forest, who is like a painter through whom many kinds of his wonderful plays are going to appear in a picture. Krishna was like a picture that was released from the bondage of the Vrijavasi's eyes by the forest, who is like a painter, though whom many kinds of his wonderful plays are going to appear, through whom many kinds of his wonderful plays are going to appear in picture, to create a festival of joy to the eyes. Like newly released baby elephants, the cowherd boys were dancing, singing, laughing, leaping, feeling ecstatic, stumbling over each other, joking and playing with each other. They imitated all of Krishna's activities, like how he peacefully stands in front of his mother. They imitated all of Krishna's activities, like how he peacefully stands in front of his mother and restlessly looks at the girls, and how his voice can falter. Some of the boys went between the trees and vines, imitating the restless glances and slight smiles of the gopis through their open veils. Others walked on hands and feet, imitating the cows rolling on the ground with a bent neck and raised ears. Some refuted the meaning of Krishna's words like learned debaters. Others were fighting each other with sticks or with their arms. Some were throwing different weapons at each other, and others showed their skills in balancing on a stick. Some were dancing, laughing, or pleasing Achyuta with some service. Seeing Krishna arriving in Vrindavan, Vrinda addressed all mobile and immobile forest creatures. Seeing Krishna arriving in Vrindavan, Vrinda addressed all mobile and immobile creatures that were suffering separation from him. O friend of the forest, give up your dizziness of separation. Madhava, Krishna, or the spring season has come. Rejoice quickly. Remind Krishna of your Queen Radha. Remind Krishna of your Queen Radha by showing your attributes, and make your beauty useful by facilitating Radha and Krishna's play. O vines, wake up. O trees, blossom. O deer, play around. O cuckoos, sing with the bees. O peacocks, dance happily. O parrots, recite sweet verses. O mobile and immobile creatures, rejoice, because your dearmost Krishna has come to make you happy. The cloud-like Krishna, seeing his dear devotees had fainted out of separation from him, began to shower them with the nectar of his flute song to bring them back to life and to announce his arrival. When the forest thus became sprinkled with the nectar of Krishna's flute sound, fanned by the wind of his body movements and awakened loudly by Sri Vrinda, the forest bloomed up at once. All the mobile creatures became stunned, and the immobile creatures moved from the appearance of the nectarian flute sound. And the forest became moved with sattvika, existential transformations of ecstasy. The immobile creatures started shivering. The mobile creatures became stunned. The stones melted, the flowers lost their colors and shed tears of honey. The voices of the birds were choked with the and the vine sprouts formed goose pimples. In this way, Vrindavan forest showed all the 8 sattvika ecstatic transformations. It was as if the goddess of fortune and the beauty had come to see Krishna when the forest became adorned. The forest became filled with joyful birds singing in the 5th note and sweetly buzzing bees. Ripe, juicy fruits and blooming lotus flowers and vines that were like dancing girls taught how to dance by their teacher, the wind. Thus the forest pleased all of Hari's senses, and the trees honored Hari at his arrival, smiling with their flowers, singing with their bees, dancing with their sprouts, quenching his thirst with their honey, and stilling his hunger with their fruits. The vines extended their service with the singing bees, and were kissing their flowers, and with their dancing sprouts that covered their smiling flowers as a dress. When Hari saw the restless eyes of the does that were gazing with their backs coming close to him, being attracted by the sound of his flute, the remembrance of Radha's glance appeared in his mind. This gave pain to his heart. When Hari saw the restless eyes of the does that were gazing with their bucks coming close to him, being attracted by the sound of his flute, the remember of Radha's glance appeared in his mind. This gave pain to his heart. When the peahens saw Krishna, they approached him and began to dance, intoxicated with love for him. Seeing their tails, Murari remembered Radha's glistening braid as it loosened after their love play. The sound of intoxicated chatak birds in a lake nearby. The sounds of an intoxicated chatak bird in a lake nearby reminded Krishna of Radha's bangles, the warbling of the swans of her waist bells, the warbling of the swans of her waist bells, and the songs of the cranes of that lake. Of that lake of her ankle bells. Thus he was deluded into thinking that his beloved had come. Staring at the restless honeybees on the slightly blooming, nicely fragrant lotus flowers, Krishna thought that it was his beloved's smiling, fragrant lotus face. With her sidelong glances, this made him think that she had come. Krishna thought that it was his beloved smiling, fragrant lotus face with her sidelong glances. This made him think that she had come. Looking all around him, Krishna became thirsty from seeing Radhika's, Ruchaka's pomegranates, bale fruits, and oranges, and he joyfully imagined them to be the beautiful breasts of Srimati Radhika's body. Wherever Hari cast his glance, he saw reminders of Radhika's body. This was not so amazing, for Vrindavan had taken her form just for his pleasure. This is not so amazing, for Vrindavan had taken her form just for his pleasure. Seeing all these reminders, Hari could not control his mind. Seeing all these reminders, Hari could not control his mind. Seeing all these reminders, Hari could not control his mind. That was spinning like a kasha flower anymore. Seeing all these reminders, Hari could not control his mind that was spinning like a kasha flower anymore. He became overwhelmed with love by seeing that all the mobile and immobile creatures of Vrindavan became overwhelmed with love from seeing him. Seeing all these reminders, Hari could not control his mind that was spinning like a kasha flower anymore. He became overwhelmed with love by seeing all the mobile and immobile creatures of Vrindavan. Became overwhelmed with love from seeing him. Hari asked the forest creatures, "O friends, the vines, are you well? O trees, you are all my friends." Hari asked the forest creatures, "O friends, the vines, are you well? O trees, you are all my friends. Is everything fine? O does and bucks, is everything all right? O birds, is all auspicious? O bees, is everything all right? Oh, all of you mobile and immobile beings, are you happy?" Now Sri Krishna came to the valley of Govardhan Hill to graze his hungry cows, playing with his intimate friends, to keep his mind from running towards his beloved. But despite playing his world-famous self-invented pastimes, and despite the beauty of the forest, Hari was unable to stop his mind, which was burning with intense feelings of separation, from running towards Radha. When Krishna saw his friends, they were very tired and hungry of playing and wrestling. He mercifully wanted them to eat. He mercifully wanted them to eat. Then Dynista came with her maidservants with dishes that were fried in ghee by Lalita and others in the morning, and they were handed to her by Mother Yashoda along with savories. Then Dynista came with her maidservants with dishes that were fried in ghee by Lalita. Then Dynista came with her maidservants with dishes that were were fried in ghee by Lalita and others in the morning that were handed to her by Mother Yashoda, along with the savories. Seeing her, Hari became very happy and said, "Oh, Denista, are my parents happy? Tell me, have they eaten to their satisfaction after their bath and puja?" Denista said, "Your parents have eaten and done their puja for your welfare. They fed the brahmanas and their families, and they have given." And the brahmanas and their families have given them proper donations. Then they sent me to you with these dishes. The vine of Hari's mind was eager to climb into the tree of Radha's association, and he had now found Denista as his best support. Krishna gathered his cows that were wandering here and there. And Krishna gathered his cows that were wandering here and there. Krishna gathered his cows that were wandering here and there. Krishna gathered his cows that were wandering here and there. Krishna gathered his cows that were wandering here and there with the sound of his flute and brought them to the Manasi Ganga with the cowherd boys to make them drink. Then he made all the cows and cowherd boys drink the nice, cool, clear water. Then he made all the cows and cowherd boys drink the nice, cool, clear water. He himself also drank and spent a lot of time bathing and playing in the water. And spent a lot of time bathing and playing in the water. And spent a lot of time bathing and playing in the water. Coming back to the shore, Krishna was surrounded by his friends, and laughingly he fed them all the savories with mangoes. Krishna, surrounded by his friends, and laughingly he fed them all savories and mangoes, condensed milk, and churned yogurt, personally sitting with them and eating along with them. He said, "Oh, friends, go ahead, herding the cows with Balaram for a while. I will wander around in the forest a little with Subala and Madhumangal to enjoy the beauty of the springtime forest." He said, "Oh, friends, go ahead, herding the cows with Balaram for a while. I will wander around in the forest a little with Subal and Madhumangal to enjoy the beauty of the springtime forest." Krishna, Krishna. Krishna, Krishna. Oh, my Lord Krishna. Jai Shri Radhe. Oh, my Lord Krishna. Oh, Krishna. Hare Krishna. Dinista told her maidservants, "Oh, girls, I'm going ahead to pick flowers for Narayan Puja." Dinista told her maidservants, "Oh, girls, I'm going ahead to pick flowers for Narayan Puja. Quickly, go ahead with these eating plates." Then Vrinda appeared with 2 fragrant champaka flowers, fit for ornamentation, and placed them in Krishna's hand. Seeing these 2 golden flowers, Hari remembered the luster of his beloved. Madhumangal took these flowers and stuck them in Krishna's ears. Dinista told her maidservants, "Oh, girls, I'm going ahead to pick flowers for Narayan Puja. Quickly go ahead with these eating plates." Then Vrinda appeared with 2 fragrant champaka flowers, fit for ornamentation, and placed them in Krishna's hand. Seeing these 2 golden flowers, Hari remembered the luster of his beloved. Hari remembered the luster of his beloved. Hari, oh my Lord. Remembered the luster of his beloved. Hari remembered the luster of his beloved. Jai Shri Krishna. Jai Shri Krishna. Jai Shri Krishna. Jai Shri Krishna. Oh, my Lord Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Krishna considered the 6 martial arts of conquering the great kingdom. Oh, my Lord Krishna. Krishna considered Krishna, 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 Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. Krishna considered the 6 martial arts of conquering the great kingdom of Radha's Bodhis association. No, kingdom of Krishna, Radha's bodily association, making friends, scattering the enemies surrounding the city. performing battle, making peace, and riding out against the enemies. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Oh, my Lord Krishna. Krishna, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Krishna considered the 6 martial arts of conquering the great kingdom of Radha's bodily association, making friends, scattering the enemies, surrounding the city, performing battle, making peace, and riding out against the enemies. Consulting experts like Vrinda, Dynista, and Subal, and Madhumangal. He held Madhumangal's hand with his left hand and went to Kumsum Sarovara with Vrinda, Dynista, and Subal. When he saw the Kunjas there, with their blossoming vines and trees, when he saw the Kunjas there with their blossoming vines and trees, the noisy land of the water birds and the beauty of Kumsum Sarovara, Krishna became eager to meet Radha, for which he consulted his friends. He said, if I send Vrinda, Subal, and Madhumangal to her house, Jatila will become suspicious and quarrel with them, or lock Radha inside the house. And if I attract her by playing my flute, all the other gopis will also come, and they will quarrel with each other in envy and pride, and my romantic pastimes cannot take place. Therefore, O Dhanista, go to Kundalata, who is very much trusted by Jatila, double agent. Ask her to bring Radha here, for she is able to cheat Jatila. Vrinda said, well spoken, but if Radha's friends comes here for picking flowers, we can have news about Radha from her first. Krishna, 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 Krishna. Sri Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Okay, you guys are doing okay. Vrinda said, well spoken, but if one of Radha's friends comes here for picking flowers, we can have news about Radha from her first. Then Tulsi and her friend came. They became very happy to see Vrinda, Dynista, Subal, and Madhumangal discussing Radha's meeting with Krishna. Then Tulsi and her friend came. They became very happy to see Vrinda, Dynista, Subal, and Madhumangal discussing Radha's meeting with Krishna. Knowing that Tulsi does not leave Radha, even in her dreams, knowing that Tulsi does Tulsi. Oh, Tulsi. Tulasi, Tulsi. Knowing that Tulsi does not leave Radha, even in dreams. Everyone became happy, thinking that Radha had come along with her. So, along with Madhava, they all cast their eyes down the path that she came on. Jai Shri Radhe. Jai Shri Radhe. Knowing that Tulsi does not leave Radha for even in her dreams, everyone became happy, thinking that Radha had come along with her. So, along with Madhava, they all cast their eyes down on the path that she came on. Tulsi opened her basket. Tulsi. Uh, 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 Phew. Tulsi opened her basket, handed Madhu Mangal the garland and Subal the betel leaves from Radha. Tulsi opened her basket, handed Madhu Mangal the garland and Subal the betel leaves from Radha. Looking at the garland that had become more fragrant from the touch of Radha's hand, that showed the wonderful skill of her craftsmanship and had attracted the honeybees. Hari became as if intoxicated. He began to shiver of joy when the Virjayante garland that Sri Madhumangal laughingly hung around his neck touched him, because it made him enjoy the bliss of Radha's hand. He began to shiver in joy. Krishna began to shiver in joy. Krishna began to shiver in joy. When the Vrijayanati garland that Madhu Mangal laughingly hung around his neck touched him, because it made him enjoy the bliss. It made him enjoy the bliss. It made him enjoy the bliss. It made him enjoy the bliss of knowing that Radha, because it made him enjoy the bliss of the touch of Radha's hand. Because it made him enjoy the bliss of the touch of Radha's hand. Mukunda came to the Kunj, thinking of his beloved, who was hiding there for fun. Mukunda came to the Kunj, thinking of his beloved, who was hiding there for fun. Eager to see her, he asked Tulsi, "Shaki, is your mistress Radhika well?" Tulsi said, "She is fine." Krishna, "Where is she?" Tulsi, "She is at home." Krishna, Won't she come out to the forest?" Tulsi, "Her elders told her not to come, not to." Krishna, "What is she doing?" Tulsi, "She was churning water to make in the yogurt pot." Krishna, "Then what happened?" Tulsi, "She was rebuked and locked inside the house." Krishna, "Then let Rinda go there and deceive Jatila." Tulsi, "Jatila cannot be deceived." Krishna, "Alas, curses on fate." Krishna, taking Tulsi's words seriously, became sad and wounded by Cupid. Knowing that Radha is always hard to obtain, Krishna, taking Tulsi's words seriously, became sad and wounded by Cupid. Knowing that Radha is always hard to obtain, seeing Krishna so upset, Tulsi herself also became upset. Being rebuked by Vrinda's and Danista's glances, she carefully told him, "Oh, joy of Raj. Oh, joy of Raj. Oh, joy of Raj." Oh, joy of Raj. Don't be sad. Everything is well. Your beloved has come. I was just joking. Seeing Krishna so upset, Tulsi herself also became upset. Being rebuked by Vrinda and Danista's glances, she carefully told him, "Oh, joy of Raj, don't be sad. Everything is well. Your beloved has come. I was just joking." Hearing that Radha had come, the Prince of Raj became restless and eager to see her. Hearing that Radha had come, The Prince of Raj became restless and eager to see her. Oh, my Lord Krishna. Krishna, 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 Krishna. Hearing that Radha had come, the Prince of Raj became restless and eager to see her. Taking the two champaka flowers from his ears and placing them in Tulsi's hands, he told her, "Where is she? Where is she? Why is she hiding? Why is she angry? I have not done anything wrong. Going to the other girls, or so. If you say that she is just joking, then I that say that is improper. Oh, quickly show me my beloved." Tulsi, who knew the proper time and place, quickly wanted to bring Radha to Hari, who was all anxious to see her, and told him, "O lotus-eyed one, your lover, who is eager to see your face, was sent out by Jatila to worship the sun with Kundavali. She is coming now, sending me ahead to get news from you. I will bring her to any playground you tell me." Hearing these words, Hari became enthusiastic, and with love he took the kunja string from his neck and gave it to Tulsi as a reward. With her eyes, Vrinda gave a wink to Krishna, indicating the Tristine Kunj, and told Tulsi, "Quickly bring Radhika to the grove named Kandarpa, Kali, Sukuda, giver of joy in conjugal plays, on the bank of Radhakund. O Saki, I will go there with you to Radhakund to collect the paraphernalia for upcoming pastimes. Hurry up, I'm very eager to go." To be continued. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. What are you guys contemplating?
Chico boom. Radha.
Yeah. Ah. I'd like to go to Vrindavan once in a while, isn't it? So, what is the news, Yamasundari?
Prelipat Maharaj. Prelipat devotees. What is the news? Can you hear me good?
Good, very good.
So,
I'm here 2 weeks, exactly 2 weeks, in this new situation. Like, you know, a lot of what's to do, and I tried something. I'm trying to build something, and it was quite important for me. It happened one of my priori. I don't have a lot. And so this is one thing. And the other thing, I was always emphasized, but I'm chanting all the time, I remember Lord, and so on and so on. And right now I see that every day when we remember Lord, even when we are on the wave and everything is calm and okay, and you know, the life and this energy is supportive, then the reward of being conscious of God is amazing. Because when everything is good, then you don't feel so much. Yeah, it's just good. Everything is settled, everything is working, you remember Lord, you have no worries. But actually what I noticed, that this remembering of Lord, every prayer, every chanting, every single name, the reward, returning reciprocation is huge. So after these 2 weeks of wave, again, new situations, and my last bosses, they didn't pay me money, of course. And I see how Maya is, you know, how Maya is lying, and it's so alloyed, and it's like you have to talk with those people like with, I don't know, 2 years old children. They lie to you, they don't respond to you directly, their words is lie. It's so clear, you know. And then and then I have to face it, but at the same time I feel in me this whole relationship with God, that this is the only truth. And additionally, because it was so nice, and right now it's not nice, I feel like Krishna, this chanting, this having relationship with Krishna is even much stronger, because there is a contrast between Maya and me. So I feel that this is real truth. And today I woke up with this strong feeling, because every day I am aware, okay, I am a soul, there is a God, we have relation, it's fun, it's nice, and so on. But today I woke up with strong feeling, like just one sentence in my being was like, God is real. I mean, this is not a joke. God is real. And everything what is happening here, it's just a alloyed bullshit. I mean, of course, we can come in details and be very individual in some cases, but it's a bullshit. I mean, imagine the planet Earth when everybody is self-realized, and what we would do, we would sit, and chant and remember God. We would meditate. But this world is created, you know, to give you so much freaking temporal duties, to lie you, to cover you, I won't vomit, you know. I'm really sorry. Before I was compassionate, it's not about money, it's about rules. And it's not only this one case with my boss, but before I had this compassion to the souls. But some souls are very naughty. They are on really dark side. They are full of lies. And I see how they are stiff, you know, how can they even, oh my God, it's really, so yeah, God is real. And right now I feel exactly that God is on our side, because being here in this freaking prison, in this plastic world of this is hellish, and remembering Him and being steady in worshiping, this His representation is super strong, and it's real. And I feel 100% that Lord is on our side. So anyway, we are protected. and this all strange situation are just for us to release maybe some attachment, or to say your truth. And this is what is going on by here, by Mia, by my place. Yeah, so this all attracted me even more to Krishna. I like it.
Yeah, he knows how to subdue a personality like you.
Yeah, I don't want sound. Yeah, I know that you will not receive. I mean, today I need to do yoga and learn German, and I have some cases. But I felt today is coming here is the most important, and I just, because God is the only reality. Today I feel very, 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 very deep, and I saw you how you are listening attentively and submissively, and I was watching to Lalita, to Yamuna, to Bhakta Tom, to you, how you were preaching, and I said, yeah, they are feeling also that God is the most important. That's why they are here, and they are make their ears, like antennas, because this is the only thing which can make you strong and real and save you actually in this world. And the last thing, what I wanted to say, I forgot. Sorry. Hare Krishna.
That's mouthful. That's great. That's awesome. Yeah. Every day, isn't it nice to have more realizations about the relationship with Krishna?
Yeah,
All
and
right.
those fields which I sent today on our group in Messenger, there is some, I think Trump or somebody from Trump, they released these files from government of USA, and I was spending 2 hours morning to look at them, and there are many cases, but there are also a lot of about transcendental issue and God issue. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but I will
Cases of what?
get now
Cases
silent.
Cases of what?
So I got an email that there are many files released to the public. They are government files. They are describing many issues about Bilderberg, about vaccines. I was reading them. They are from government because they have stemples, they have WHO and so on. But there are thousands of them. But you can go through what is interesting for you. And from these 1,000 files, I found some which are about God. It's very interesting. And yeah.
Nice.
Hare Krishna.
Good. Awesome. Yeah, okay, great. Love it. Nice. All right, so how about we read some Srimad Bhagavatam? Continue where we were here. Thank you for sharing there, Shama. So we read from Srimad Bhagavatam. I think where we left off here. Can everybody hear me okay? Say yes or no.
Yes.
All right. So we did the second verse. That was so good, I'm just going to read it again and see what happens. Actually, let's read the first verse. I don't think I read that. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Jai Srila Prabhupada, Jai Jesus Christ.
Jaya Sri Prabhupada, Jaya Jesus Christ.
All right. O my Lord Sri Krishna, the son of Vyasadeva, O all-pervading personality of Godhead, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. I meditate upon Lord Sri Krishna because he is the absolute truth and the primeval cause of all causes, of creation, sustenance, and destruction of the manifested universes. I meditate upon Lord Sri Krishna because he is the absolute truth, the primeval cause of all causes, of creation, sustenance, and destruction of the manifested universes. He is directly and indirectly conscious of all manifestations, and he is independent because there is no other cause beyond him. And it is only he who first imparted the Vedic knowledge unto the heart of Brahmaji, the original living being. By him even the great sages and the demigods are placed into illusion, as one is bewildered by the illusory representations of water, steam, and fire. They bewildered, keyword, bewildered by water, steam, and fire. Okay? People are looking at the Maya. They think there's water there, huh? Isn't that interesting? They look at that. Look at all these things, and there's nothing but fire in that, but they think water is in that. I also know that. I did, like, during the day, it's like kind of exciting. It's like watching a blockbuster movie now, Hollywood blockbuster. What's going on? Better, actually. There's more intrigue in it. And you got all the elements. It's a thriller. What's going on? It's intrigue. There's all these spy things going on, double agent type stuff, betrayal, everything of a great movie, you know? And you get into it, you look at it, I look at it, and I just feel like burning up from it. It's like I know there's no water in it, but it's just kind of interesting, like to go to a movie, and I'm watching it, and I feel the pain, literally painful and dull, like what do you call it? Uh, it's just not a great taste of a Ross.
Emptiness, yeah.
And yeah, just pain, kind of fire. It's like a fire, but people think that's water, and they're burning, but they don't know they're burning. At least I know I'm burning. I'm just sitting because I don't know. It's current events, what's happening, and looking at it a little bit, and it's just very hot. But it's nothing like looking at Krishna, the cause of all causes. The transcendental name and pastimes and qualities, very cooling. See? Because water is water. It's true water. See, that's the thing. It's truth. The truth gives you what it is. See,
It's
Krishna
intoxicating water.
is intoxicating. It's intoxicating. It's purifying. It's inspiring. There's no edge to it. But the Lord's Maya, it appears to be water, but it's fire. Okay? It's practical. So that's why if people will take the time to come to Sadhu Sangha, they find the cooling effect of it. And it is what it is. It is as it is. See? Krishna is these words, and you get to see them. They're not just like Krishna told Arjuna said, Krishna, why do you're saying you're glorifying this pure bhakti? But why isn't if it's so good, why isn't everybody taken to it? See? Krishna says, well, people just don't have faith in it. They have faith in other things. See, they think it's a false eulogy. See? Well, the reason why Arjuna didn't think it was false, because he associated with Krishna. He heard from him sufficiently to say, no, well, this is great. This is wonderful. Hearing from you is the best thing in the world. You're the cause of all causes. See, there is no other cause beyond you. And because of that, you're the most truest of the true. See? The most real of the real. See, so by sufficient association, you can get that experience. But if people don't take the time to hear from those who understand that, personally, not just from the book, but because of their association with Krishna, they realize these things. They realize, oh boy, there's nothing beyond Krishna. This is the greatest path. See? Bhakti is king. It's like Krishna says. See? So people have to come to the level of entering the real line and becoming like Arjuna, willing to listen. It's just that simple. It's so easy to come in line. All you have to do is come and listen. Come and hear. See? And then God, through the line, gives you the strength to move deeper, deeper, deeper into the truth. Otherwise, on our own, we have no strength. We have to just get that rope, which is thrown out, and just tie it around you and just be pulled into truth. Because on our own, we don't have strength. Even the advanced devotee knows that. The advanced devotee shows up like, well, Krishna, without you, I can't do anything.
Of course.
Without your mercy, there's nothing's going to happen. I'm just like a flute on the shelf. Doesn't do anything. There's no music coming from it. See, so if that's how a perfected devotee, a realized soul thinks, much less people in the world. We got to realize on our own we don't have strength. We need Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra. See? This is our strength here. You notice? We got it all here. We got it all. Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra. As it is. As it's supposed to be. Guru is here. That Guru principle. Krishna is working here. Sadhus, you guys, love of God is awakened in many of you. Devotion to Krishna. And we got the best of all Shastras. Srila Prabhupada's books. Okay? Krishna dictated them. And it's not just a false eulogy for me. Man, these books are fantastic. They're full of life. It's like nuclear bomb, man. You have so much energy available, so much real life available just by chanting the verses of the scriptures in the name of God, which opens us up to attraction to all of this. Fabulous stuff, isn't it? Oops. What'd you do that for? Oh yeah, I have to mute you. Let's see, I think. Or mute yourself there, Chama, because you got this.
I mute myself. Do I need glasses?
Just mute yourself. You know how to do that? There you go. Good. It's just there's a shh in your background. I don't know what it is. Okay, only because of him do the material universes temporarily manifested by the reactions of the three modes of nature. See, this is the thing. See, this is temporary. People are caught up in the reactions caused by the modes of nature. See, they're meditating. It's all by meditation. Okay, it's doing that again. Let me try this here. Okay, that's not working. Okay. Who else? Okay, so I'm going to have to take you off, Shama, because I think your thing is the shushing thing. Well, I'll take these others off first. Let's see if it's them. Oh. Okay, I just got to do that. You can come back on and we'll try it later. There, yeah, it was your I couldn't get it off for whatever reason. Okay. Anyway, we'll get Govinda here. Let's see, enthusiastic Govinda there. If anybody wants enthusiasm, just associate with Govinda. If you want faith, associate with Govinda. If you want inspiration, associate with Govinda. Okay. Yeah, so I'll read this again. It's so good, so true. Only because of him do the material universes, temporarily manifested by the reactions of the modes of nature, appear factual, although they are unreal. So everybody's caught up in this. They're caught up in these actions and reactions, and they see everybody as enemy and friends. That's what the modes does. It imitates the true reality, and everybody's hot. You see, they're just doing very active, like a ping pong game, action reaction. You know, it's just this divide and conquer thing. This is how Maya does. She divides and conquers people. Oh yeah, I'm for Biden. I'm for Trump. I'm for Biden. I'm for Trump. See? It causes a ping pong. I hate you, Trump is, and the Trump person's, I hate you, Biden guy. See, action and reaction. You're only going against God actually, because he's the real player in all of this, but we can't see it. The modes are hiding all of this. Okay? Just similar to how Krishna's true position is hidden in Vrindavan, but that's very beautiful, so you can taste Ras. You know, the cooling Ras. True happiness, true love, true devotion, eternal reality. But this is all temporary manifested, and nobody knows. They're all caught up in it. So the devotees, what are they doing? Like John the Baptist. I'm a voice in the wilderness saying, make straight the path for the Lord. Come learn about eternal reality and feel its coolness, its truth, and get out of that. Actions and reactions, because ultimately it's going to be wound up and you're going to go back into a kind of a passive state in the Lord, but you don't have any service, no life, real. I mean, it's like you go into the womb, just like a baby. What can a baby do? You're back into the womb of God, and you just can't do anything. There's no service. You're just kind of being, and then boom, a pregnancy happens again, the big bang, the big push out, and then you're out in the world in the actions and reactions of Maya again, caught up, until eventually you meet a bona fide spiritual master. All their billions of living entities floating out in this Maya. Luckily, we all met somehow, either in the scriptures or better, if especially having got the scriptures, not getting it because devotion hasn't been awakened yet. A living guru who just preaches this. Just, all we're doing is taking these scriptures and clarifying and magnifying so that people can really get it. Get a hold of this path. Get on this path. Who is that? So, River, are you going to be in the film or what? Put you up there. I don't see you there. Okay. So I'll put Tom up since you're not there. There you go. Yeah. Lord Sri Krishna. See, okay, I got to read this again. So good. Only because of him do the material universes temporarily manifested by the reactions of the three modes of nature appear factual, although they are unreal. Could you imagine you spend your whole life with things that are unreal? And then basically your life is futile. You die, and then certainly you're going to come again, because you're not realized. You're just in this unreal situation, and then another false or temporary and false. That's what they say. It's false. It's happening. It's real, but only for a time. So it's considered false. Then you go through a new family, new friends, new job, new political system, and then you get involved totally in this unreality. You do it again and again and again until you meet real devotees who know the other side. They know the source of the source. They know the King of Kings. They knew, where it all comes from. Okay? And then you listen to them, and then you get your ignorance. Ignorance is destroyed by truth. Yeah. Okay, so we got somebody wrote this here. Well, we'll look at that in a little bit here. So, I therefore meditate on him, Lord Krishna, who is eternally existent in the transcendental abode. So, the name Krishna represents the transcendental abode. Okay? These other names represent the temporary reality in the world. Okay? Krishna is non-different than his name in the transcendental abode. He leaves that here. The name of Jesus Christ also represents the transcendental abode. That's why people have spiritual experiences. Okay? Because of their faith, because there's a preacher preaching the glories of a realized person. Okay? And people develop faith in that and then get the spiritual experience of that because of that association with one of those rare persons. See? So that preacher represents the transcendental realm. They represent the transcendental name. See? People understand that. They put everything else as not a priority, and that is a priority. That's why Jesus said, those who give up family, friends, and lands, and society even, for my name's sake, are rewarded with more family, friends, and real, true friends that they're also after the eternal abode. See, lasting friendship forever, goes on forever and bigger, actually, than your little nuclear thing. Yeah, like I have one brother, father and mother passed away. So very small and always diminishing. Look at this. Is our family diminishing? It's growing. You notice? It'll continue to grow. Because why? Because the Lord has many devotees who are also looking for the light, looking for people deeper and deeper in the truth. And one by one, those who sincerely want Krishna, they'll see its value here, just like we do. See, that real guru, sadhu, and shastra is here, not on a speculative level, but on a realized level. It's real for us. It's in our bodies, man. It's tattooed on our bodies. It's tattooed on our emotions. It's tattooed on our minds, the clarity, the logic, the real intelligence, the conclusive understanding. The confidential understanding of the scriptures are all here. Pretty rare place, I would say. So, Lord Sri Krishna, who is eternally existent in the transcendental abode. Can you imagine? So Krishna comes, Lord Chaitanya comes, Jesus comes. Leave what? Their pastimes and their names and their qualities. So why? because their names and their pastimes and their qualities are none different than them who carry the transcendental abode in them. The kingdom of God is within and at hand. They knew this. They realized this. They carried this, and their names carry it now. Their name is the portal. People need, when they realize, they develop faith in the names of God or Krishna or Jesus because of the preaching of those who have faith that is not blind, that is experiential, of the power of these names and glories of it. Then you develop faith and you get the same experience. You notice that? People developing faith in these names because they're encouraged, to go to wash their clothes, to come into sadhu sangha, into the fire, the transcendental fire that burns away all that karma that's in the way of your own experience of the glories of the names of God. We say, those who have realized God say, this name is God. Man, because everybody's worshiping the word. People worship the word of Fauci and Bill Gates. Thank you for your helping us in our preaching there, guys. This is your brownie points, Mr. Gates. And so we need you. We need you to help distinguish between illusion and hypocrisy and the truth. See, that's your God. If you believe in them, you believe in the politicians to be your guiding force in your life. You believe like their programs are really good for you, especially now. See, so you believe that's your God, is those names, those persons, those persons that's the word is coming out of them. But is the word straight? Is it true? Is it twisted? Look how many people that are they're doing things that are against nature. They're putting masks on themselves and breathing their own CO2. One doctor got so pissed off. He said, I can't stand this. You're killing yourselves wearing these things. The doctors, he's not the only one. And they censor. Talk about legal murder. Isn't this legal? You're legally murdering and maiming persons. You're supposed to be in jail for that. And it's in this time, this deception is so deceptive. These two-faced persons in the Maya are really up, really demoniac, man. They're doing legal murder, man, not telling you the information. Oh, yeah, take the shot and all this stuff, and people are dying, and they suppress it, they hide it. Can you imagine? That's legal murder. Legal. Can you get that? See? And this goes on, and then they make a big stink out of somebody, doing different things, and they're the ones, they're legally murdering people, and people pay it no mind. They just bewildered. Okay? Why? Because Jesus said it. Maya, or the devil, has been a murderer from the beginning. If you serve murderers, you become a murderer. If you serve their word, their orders, and that's why you cannot say, oh, I'm just following orders, killing people. I'm just following orders, injecting them and killing people. I'm just following orders, grabbing people for just being human beings and wanting to live their life and have their businesses. No, I'm just going to grab them and put them in. I'm just following orders. You're also responsible. That's action and reaction. You're going to have to suffer or enjoy the results of your actions. And actually now it's a lot of suffering for everybody except the real devotees. We're enjoying being in Christian. You notice that? We're safe in the haven of the name of God. We're safe in that. Oh, you can do whatever you want to the bodies. Who cares? My soul is safe. It's in the hands of the Lord, right? You feel it. You experience that. They don't. And those who serve their word don't either. Because it's a word of hypocrisy. They're actually trying to kill you, all in the name of saving you or protecting you and all of that. That's how Maya works. The Lord is in the Bible has said, I'm going to send strong delusion over the world, and those who are not my real servants yet, who serve my illusion, will come under it. Those are the maskers. You're being sacrificed. See? You got to come to the Lord if you want out of that. You got to come to the real Lord. You got to come through the devotees, in association of the devotees who are strongly connected to the truth. There's no other real way. They represent the true Lord in this world, and they represent the false one, the false God, the God of hypocrisy, lies, and cheating. The Vaishnavas call this Kali Yuga. See? The Kali Yuga God. He lies, cheats, steals, and deceives. Or in the Bible, they call it the devil. Same thing. If you serve Lucifer, this Luciferian influence, then you come under the control of Lucifer or Maya. And it's not a very happy situation now. People are thinking of suicide and suiciding out simply because they're ignorant of this alternative. Can you imagine? Just because of ignorance. They don't know that you can get, if you can hear from the devotees who realize that the true, the truest of the true God, if you're in touch with the true God and you're listening to a real representative of the true God, you're going to feel happy. You're going to feel empowered. You're going to feel purified. Okay? You're going to have true intelligence, clear intelligence. You'll understand those who are under illusion. You're going to see, oh, that's illusion. Look at that. They're not happy. Okay? So the masses are bewildered like this. So our responsibility while we're here is just to preach the truth. This is the religion of Kali Yuga. Religion is not real religion yet that the beginners are doing, the hypocrites. In religion, there's still hypocrisy. They act almost like the worldly people. They lie, they cheat, and deceive to get high positions that they're not qualified for. They call themselves gurus and liberators, but they cannot liberate anybody. Isn't that what the world is doing? A lot of those worldly persons have infiltrated religion and are acting as leaders. Looks like they just arrested one at the Vatican. But that's all being suppressed and hidden. Or trying to. Can you imagine? See, nobody wants people to see the truth. Here at the Vatican, their main Catholic person has been arrested for terrible things. And in religion, they want to hide it. This is what they won't want you to know the truth, because they'll lose, right? They'll lose all their followers. I remember I was in Radhakund, and one of the gurus was doing terrible things, and they all knew about it. And they wanted to hide it. Don't tell anybody. Don't. And the guy keeps initiating people and keeps raping their children. Oh, no, don't tell it. And my ex goes and leaves this for that. Can you imagine? And they're all, oh, no, don't tell anything. And the guy continues initiating and raping and doing everything these worldly persons do. Who is this guy representing? Okay? Oh, keep it a secret. See, nobody wants the truth. Okay? Even in religion shows, that's religion, man. That's religion. They not want to face the truth, man. They want to cover it up. That's life, man. So people, they have a choice, but they don't know. Well, hey, man, there's no cloak for people's sin now. We're preaching all over Facebook, man. Hey, man, this preaching goes to you religionists out there. You ISKCON, you Gaudiya Smriti, and Gaudiya Math. What are you covering up out there? Let people know. Are you really qualified? Or are you sannyasis out there raping all these people, that I hear about on the slide? They're not qualified. Can't even be a decent person. You know? You don't have to be perfect. Just be a decent. Stop being a liar and a cheater. You know? But you can't do it because it's the word you hear. Are you hearing a word from a spiritual master who is empowered by the true God, who is in touch with the true God? Or are you hearing a word from a hypocrite and a liar and a cheater who is not in touch with the true God through a true guru who is actually empowered by the Lord to deliver people? Deliver what? The true God. A relationship with the true God. You feel it, man. So we got another. Sorry there, Karuna, but I think, oh yeah, what's something? Yeah, I think it's you, so I have to take you off there. Sorry about that. Yeah, it was a shh in there. Yeah. So bottom line is, man, things are getting serious as well as playful. It's serious for those who are ignoring things because it's a very painful situation for them. Okay? It's also very playful if you just turn, repent, change your mind, change who you're listening to. If you're listening to people, I don't care if it's in religion or the world, and you're not feeling purified and happy, if your experience is more fear, more anxiety and suicidal thoughts, and you're not getting over it, hey man, I think maybe you better change who you're listening to. You have to go by your experience. Trust your experience. Yeah. All right. So anyway, this is amazing. Okay. I therefore meditate on him, Lord Krishna, who is eternally existent in the transcendental abode, which is forever free from the illusory representations of the material world. You see, that's why we keep looking at Krishna, right? It's free of all this illusion. Therefore, if you do look at the illusion, you can understand, oh, that's all illusion. But they don't, they think this is real. Yeah, it's real for a time, and then it'll disappear. And some other illusion will come up, some other drama, okay? For the drama queens. Isn't that a big drama now? And there'll be more dramas. And it goes on and on and on forever. So we need to get into the transcendental drama because that is satisfying. That is real. That is true forever. Okay? There's also drama there. It keeps, so that's why every day we turn our attention to Krishna, to the transcendental drama, and get involved in that. And that evolves us out of the illusion. Even if you look at it, you kind of glance at that, get involved in the real drama. And help our brothers and sisters, get this knowledge. This is why Prabhupada was intent on writing these books. You notice it's not enough just to chant Hare Krishna. You need this knowledge. You need to hear about the difference between the highest reality and illusion. So for you to get your real welfare, instead of a welfare check out there, because you're under that whammy over there. You get the highest welfare. Krishna, he saves us. Yeah. So we need this. Otherwise, look how many people chanting Hare Krishna, and they're wearing their masks, social distancing, closing their temples still. I heard already reports how depressing it is in many places. That is not much different than in the world now. And that's the encouraging worship they have. No, it's not very encouraging. See? It's not enough just to chant Hare Krishna. Eventually, your chanting Hare Krishna will lead you to a bona fide guru, man, and they're going to speak the truth, and the truth is going to set you free. The songbook, you're going to realize, by their word, my ignorance is destroyed. Oh, yeah, worshiping gurus who can't deliver me. Let me stop doing that. Thank you very much for that word. That word is true. Don't worship a guru who can't deliver you now. Why? Because something better is here. Gurus are here that can deliver you. See? You listen to the word that's faulty. They're using the scriptures and twisting it. Okay? You get a twisted result, right? You find the person who's using the scriptures and represents them is empowered by that Lord, you're going to be delivered. Yeah? Kind of simple logic. What's so hard about it? What's so difficult to understand? See, people's minds are muddled by twisted. Those whose minds are twisted still. They haven't realized the truth. The truth hasn't set them free. You know, they're not deeply in their relationship with the true Krishna. If you're a Vaishnava or a true Jesus Christ, if you really got a relationship with Jesus, Jesus is behind you, man. If you have a relationship with Radha and Krishna and Lord Chaitanya and Prabhupada in the disciplic line, they're behind you, man. Your word packs a wallet, man. It sets people free. It preaches the good news to the persons who are submissive and surrendered. Come to that point. They're set free so easily because the kingdom of God is manifested in them. The Lord is very pleased when you come in line. You come to the point of submissive and attentive hearing. We read that yesterday, right? Submissive and attentive hearing. That's all you need. That's the path. And then when you're submissive and attentive, what happens? You get the desired result very easily. God awakens in your heart, and he's your companion forever. What's so bad about that? To have God, the God of gods, as your companion forever. Isn't it amazing? The Lord of lords, King of kings, the Prince of princes, the rascal of rascals, the original cowherd boy, the original cowboy. Just got to put a hat on him. Yeah. See, who is, I meditate upon him, Lord Krishna, who is eternally existent in the transcendental abode, who is eternally existent in the transcendental abode. See, it's about transcendence. You want to transcend this horrible thing? You want to transcend what's coming up, the horrors of this age? You got to transcend. You got to take the name of the Lord, chant it in association with his intimate devotees who chant in ecstasy. So easy. The path is right there. It's crystal clear now. We took all the brambles off of it. This preaching, years of preaching. It's so anybody coming here, you'll see clearly the real path. You'll see what we're saying is true. The result is here. You can see it first in others. The first fruits. And be encouraged, and then you'll be one of those fruits. See? He's ever existing in the transcendental abode, and because we're meditating upon him, that book is here to tell us, meditate on him. I meditate on him. See, you got to be one of those. I meditate on him. The book says that, right? I meditate on him. You got to meet a living devotee. I meditate on him, and therefore I transcend. You can see the symptoms of one transcending. If you're not a representative of transcending this material illusion, how can you deliver anybody? How? Impossible. You haven't transcended yourself. And these are our thousands of representatives in ISKCON. They haven't transcended. Prove it. Let's see. Let's see the tears. You know, Krishna cries in his transcendental abode. We read about it this morning. He's crying. Radha's crying. The devotees are crying and laughing and joking and having a great time. Let us see you're now representing that transcendental abode in this Kali Yuga. Let's see it. Otherwise, I don't know. I ain't going to believe in your baloney. Why should anybody have confidence in transcending this illusion when you can't show the symptoms of or actually none of us can do it, that the Lord can't show that this is my representative. You see, they have the symptoms and signs of transcendence that are listed in those scriptures of Prabhupada's books and the Goswami books. They have the intelligence, the uncommon intelligence that is glorified in these books. So you can't show that, you're a representative of Maya. You're Putana still. She still got you by the neck. See? You're the false representative of Vrindavan. You look good with your nice dhotis and big sticks, but that's all she did. She just looked good, but her heart was fierce and polluted still. Contaminated, wasn't it? So people, who is your God, man? How do you feel worshiping your gurus? Well, I feel very vibey, man. I'm just inspired to do ceremonies and cookie distribution and judge everybody and look at what they're doing and all that stuff. Yeah, well, great, man. Stick with that until you get tired of it. Like Lalita Ganga and Johan. They wanted something more. And Shama Sundari and others. They want some transcendental meat. You know, they want a transcendental meat, Krishna. He's that meat. You want to meet that person. Otherwise, what will be met out is punishment from the illusory potency by faith in Maya. That's all it is. You know, you just get punished by believing in her. She's been a liar and a cheater and deceiving people from the very beginning. Okay? So you're going to listen to those words of Fauci's and politicians and all these fake gurus. I say fake, man. If you can't deliver people now, you're fake. You're faking it till you make it. Well, you ain't got made it. You want to make it? Come to the devotees. Come to the real line. Listen to the devotees who represent Prabhupada's books as they are. Otherwise, you're going to fake it till you make it, and you're not making it in this life until you do. You just die like you are, and you take your disciples, and you're going to all be in the next light looking, well, did we make it? No. You can't even recognize Prabhupada in his glorious body or all the other real devotees because you can't recognize them here. What you bind on earth, you bind in heaven. If you stay in illusion here, illusion thinking that you're a great guru and that you can deliver your disciples, but you have no ecstatic symptoms in your body, man. No tears, nothing showing that the Lord is living and awakened in your body in not even in a beginning state of the Madhyamadikari, where love of God awakens by the proper association with a real spiritual master. You don't even have that. Therefore, you're still not clear. You don't understand the truth of these books, the real deeper truth. You're speculating. Speculation doesn't take you above the modes of nature, doesn't take you above the false ego. Want to say something, Lalita?
Yeah.
Go.
How can you speculate about the word of God? How can you change this? I was witness in temple in Antwerp where they said, yeah, but this is not rightly written. Maybe we should change this and make another sentence of it, and it's more understandable. And there was somebody who was saying, no, you can't change the words of Prabhupada, you can't do that. Yeah, but it's another time, place, and circumstances. They use those sentences whenever it fits for them, and they have no clue of how important it is to have the conclusive truth and to keep this to keep it like it is.
Yeah, see, it's twisted. They're trying to imitate the way a pure devotee does. See, a pure devotee will take the scripture, and instead of changing it, they'll make it more clear. That's what a devotee does. You just make it, you clarify and magnify it to the point where people get it. Not change it because this is speculation. We'll change it because we don't come up to that standard and all that. So let's change it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's only like an acharya empowered by the Lord will show them. Well, you see, this is for the, like we do. So this is for the preaching. We point it out. You see, this is a Vaidhi preaching. And then you can distinguish it. You need to, but only the Lord can give that to the devotee, to the power to do that. Otherwise, it's all mixed in. You can't sort it out. You can't say this is an apple, this is an orange. Okay? This is why you cannot imitate a real acharya's work. All you can do is speculate, and people, okay, it's great. You believe in Prabhupada and his books, and you're following the path and all that. But the bottom line is you got to follow ultimately the real line, which is you got to hear sufficiently from a real devotee where pure love of God awakens in your heart. You got to understand this is how it works. And otherwise you'll just speculate and you'll mislead, more or less. You lead people to Krishna's name, but not the ecstatic feeling yet.
Yeah, and then you don't have to be surprised that people are not satisfied. The heart is not satisfied. Everybody feels something is wrong. You feel that.
Yeah, you feel that.
And you don't stay. You do your best and you retry it, but you feel not working.
Yeah, and that's why people leave and often go to Jesus, but sometimes that doesn't work.
Same in Catholic Church sometimes.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. I got some sound going in here, interrupting here. Okay, I think it's there. Okay. All right. Yeah. So that's how it is. It's true. Well, anyway,
if you know the truth, if you know how relishing it is to feel the truth and how it brings you further and how you meet God in the truth and the truth in God, and that's Krishna consciousness. That's just so important. If you know that, you close your ears when they start preaching. You just close your ears because it hurts.
Yeah, it's still fire
anymore.
Yeah, it's still fire in it. Yeah, it's so gradually people have to see that. So
I will mute myself because I think the noise is here.
Okay. No, it was you don't have to mute yourself. Noise is not there.
Okay.
So which is forever free from the illusory representations of the material world. Anyway, there's really no other alternative but to take advantage of the Lord and the Lord's devotees when they've come here. Because if you do, it's like a slap in their face and you're not going to get liberated. There's a reason why Jesus Christ came here and his disciples, real disciples, continue that line. Because you have to have an awakening of that transcendental abode in you. You have to feel ecstatic love of God. Devotion. That's the only pure thing in this world. Other feelings in the world are material and they cannot liberate us. It's only this bliss, this ecstatic love, this devotion, and it reveals these kinds of scriptures. The scriptures they wrote. See, Prabhupada and say Rupa Goswami and Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. The Lord, the transcendental Lord, awakened in their heart and then revealed these scriptures. They would take the other scriptures that were previously written and compose these, out of inspiration from those things. That's the nature of a devotee. See, Jesus talked about it. A real devotee, they bring forth a real prophet or a real acharya, a real spiritual master. They clarify what has been said before, to make it really clear. And then they bring forth new understanding. Progressive. See, so they do that in their writings, and a devotee does that in their preaching. See, that's why, I'm not inspired to be writing a lot of books. I'm inspired to speak. We've got all these wonderful books, but I'm inspired to preach them now and liberate people, because that's how the Goswamis did it. Remember, I got the realization, and anybody can just think about this. The Goswamis wrote the book, and that's why a lot of times these gurus and followers, they quote, "Oh, you see, the Goswamis, they're very silent. They never revealed anything. They were all Rupa Goswamis, always, not showing anything, right? Right. No, they wrote the books. That was their thing. They liked to be secluded. They didn't show a lot of stuff because they were actually, many of them, Sanatan was doing bhajan in caves, and same thing with Rupa. And then sometimes they get together and they would do amongst themselves something. But now these gurus, they say, "Oh, you see, they never showed, therefore I'm not going to show anything." And therefore we don't see love of God manifested. Not that they even have it, they just usually speculate. And everybody, you consider this conclusion, because this is more clear and more real. The Goswamis wrote the books, and then Narottam, Srinivas, and Shamananda were ordered and inspired to preach those books. And how did they do it? Showing everything, man. They roll into the Bhakti Ratnakara, read it, man. They roll into a place, into a village, man, and they were laughing and crying, just like Lord Chaitanya did. Roll into a village of strangers and laughing and crying and all that, showing this relationship that others can have it. You can also worship like this. Show this is our stamp. It's not rubber, man. It doesn't bounce back. It's stamped here. It's anointing. The Spirit of the Lord is upon us to preach. See, preach is to show and to teach this. And the books are there, and the preachers. But you notice we preach. The ecstatic mellows are in these books, and we preach them, we show them, we demonstrate. Not that we can do it on our own. The Lord is doing it through us. Prabhupada said, "That's my approval. You're doing exactly what I want you to do. Do more of that." Okay? So he wrote the books, and we're preaching them just like the same. It's teamwork, like the Goswamis did. Okay, so people using that excuse, "Oh, you shouldn't show ecstatic emotions in this world." Well, they don't understand how it's done. First, the devotees are inspired. Prabhupada was inspired to write it in the books, to describe and teach all these things that the Goswamis already wrote. Put it in English so that we can begin to assimilate this stuff. And now we preach it. That's most of our works. Somebody may be inspired to write again, who knows? But for us, many of us, we like to preach it, demonstrate it, show this is how it works. You want ecstatic emotion? Well, here it is. Oh, you don't like this? Well, then go to stay in Vaidhi until you do. Till you see your 2 fingers too short, simply because you don't have real pure devotion, nor are you willing to learn from those who have real devotion, the real path to it. Quick path to it. So go ahead, stay 2 fingers too short of capturing Krishna. Hey, man, we've got Krishna. It is proven every day. Nobody would be ecstatic. Nobody would laugh or cry or anything unless Krishna is so attracted that he comes into our temple of our bodies. And it's his love and his ecstasy we're experiencing. He's showing that he is giving himself to the devotees here, because what is being preached here is more bona fide than anything I've ever seen. I don't care. Maya is always a big bluffer, man. All these gurus are, oh, it's so great. We on my Guru Dave's thousands of followers. Yeah. And they say, oh, yeah, Guru Hari's not bona fide because he doesn't have thousands and millions of followers. But what do we have? The real deal. This is quality, not quantity. No, we have real ecstatic emotion as awakening here. We have real clear truth, deep truth that none of these gurus are speaking, can't speak. Yeah, simply because ecstatic devotion is not awakened in them like this. Therefore, they can't even confirm it. Only you guys, because you believe in this message, can confirm it because you're also having awakenings. Okay? And if there's anybody out there that is actually having intense ecstatic emotions that we are described in the scriptures that are very pure, very purifying, very liberating, they will know what I'm talking about. And so far, most 99% of those so-called authorities don't know what we're talking about, or too envious still, too jealous, too competitive too. See? So we're here. You don't like the truth? Too bad. I'm going to preach it to the last breath. For your benefit, because you want to die like that, envious, jealous, and competitive, like many of Prabhupada's godbrothers did? Or do you want to get the lesson? You want to learn from history so you don't repeat it again and again, my godbrothers out there? You want to do the same thing that Prabhupada's godbrothers did? Or do you want to end that cycle? Because that's just ignorance being promoted. Where are the signs of a liberated soul now? That's what you got to see if you want to be progressive. Where are the symptoms of ecstasy? Where are the symptoms of uncommon truth? See, Prabodhananda Saraswati Thakur in his poem, he said the Vaishnavas, the devotee, the real followers of Lord Chaitanya had uncommon transcendental symptoms and emotions, uncommon understanding of Krishna conscious principles. That's where the Lord is. That's where the real associates are. They have to have that standard. Otherwise, forget about love of God again. We'll go another time, another generations of Vaidhi Bhakti only until that situation manifests that we are described in the book. I'm just telling you what's in the book. And that situation is, you hear, you evaluate it. Do you see the ecstasy here? Do you see uncommon understanding of Krishna conscious principles here? Can you even understand that there are uncommon principles here? Well, if Krishna shows you, you can. If not, he'll keep you in the Vaidhi pile over there. Keep you in the ceremonies. That's same old religion, man. Give me the old time religion. There you go. Over and over again, it's religion. Here are people, we bust you out of the prison of religion, man. Here, it's just like Jesus talks about. We take shelter of truth and spirit. Spirit is a devotion. The love of God awakens, and then we can worship the deeper Krishna, the real, full Krishna. See, the feeling for Krishna, the devotion for Krishna. This makes Krishna real in this world. If you don't see devotion to Krishna and all its transcendental symptoms, you don't see reality yet. You only see half of it. You see Krishna in name only, God in name only, God in the scriptures that you don't understand only. But no real bhakti. The bhakti, the devotion, is available from those who represent devotion in this world by experience, that you can see, that you can even feel if the Lord leads you into that kind of situation. What do you think, Tom? He's writing here, I think. Somebody's writing. Let's see here. Go ahead there, Tom.
Which one? I was writing some time ago.
Whatever you want to share.
Yeah. The first one is about enthusiasm. I was looking for the word enthusiasm. There was also the time when Govinda was here. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. There are 6 principles favorable to the execution of pure devotional service. The first one, being enthusiastic. 2, endeavoring with confidence. 3, being patient. 4, acting according to regulative principles such as Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam. Hearing, chanting, and remembering Krishna. 5, abandoning the association of non-devotees. And 6, following in the footsteps of the previous acharyas. These 6 principles undoubtedly assure the complete success of pure devotional service.
Okay, let's take that. That's in the Nectar of Instruction.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, there's 2 ways you can execute that. One is the hard way, the other is the easy way. The hard way, you'll probably fail. Because in Kali Yuga, you need mercy to follow that. Because then it's a thing, well, you must be enthusiastic. Okay? But what if you're not enthusiastic? Well, I must be. You're already in conflict. You're not, you come in, well, I don't have a lot of taste for Krishna, and the rule is I must be enthusiastic. See? But your real experience is you're not enthusiastic. I'm not enthusiastic to get up and worship Krishna. See? I'm not confident. Read those things. I'll comment as you read. We start again from the beginning.
There are 6 principles favorable to the execution of pure devotional service. 1, being enthusiastic.
Okay? Enthusiastic. If you have no taste or very little taste, how can you be enthusiastic to serve something that is transcending the whole material modes of nature? You know, to be enthusiastic about serving Krishna, your consciousness have to transcend the identification with air, fire, water, earth, ether, intelligence, material emotions, mind, false ego, the monkey mind, the material mind, false ego of competition, jealousy, adoration, distinction, all those things in the false identity. To be enthusiastic serving Krishna. How are you going to do that without being in conflict with yourself? This is why so that's the hard way. Okay, you read the scripture, okay, I'm going to try and be enthusiastic, but you're not really feeling enthusiastic. What's the other one?
2, endeavoring with confidence.
Endeavoring with, how can you be confident? You don't even believe really that Krishna exists. You don't have so much experience. All you have is ceremonies. Okay? You don't even know who the real Krishna is, Satchidananda. See? You haven't experienced the eternal form of Krishna. You can't even recognize it in a real devotee when they're here. You can't see that their spiritual body is living in the temple of their material body. Okay? You don't know that. You don't know the chit knowledge that they give as it is. You're not even attracted. Okay? Or the Ananda. You don't like that. You think it's Sahaja. Therefore, I want to go away from that. You want to go from what is real life, is that Ananda. That's real spiritual emotion. You want to go away from that. So what was that word that you used there?
The second one?
Yeah.
Endeavoring with confidence.
Yeah, how can you be confident when you don't see? So now how to overturn all of that is the easy way. The easy way is you see a devotee who is naturally confident because they're in touch with the spiritual potency. They're naturally enthusiastic because the Lord has given himself to them and he's living in that temple, making them enthusiastic. And you become like that because of coming in that line and not this Vaidhi line of trying to stay like that. with false confidence. See, it's not real confidence that comes from experience, but you can just get that from being in association with devotees. You start to feel that. You say, wow, look at this person. You see, it's like you're meditating on the devotees who the Lord is using to give you that experience, or a taste of it. Okay? And that encourages you. Oh, wow, this is real. I feel it. Oh, I feel, by hearing from this devotee, these clear, these deep conclusions that clarify all these things. I feel my obstacles of ignorance, are being dissipated. All my, miseries are being dissipated. See? So that's the easy way. What's the next one?
Okay. Being patient.
Yeah, being patient, man. So being patient is facilitated by being in association with devotees. You realize, okay, and the thing is, you don't have to wait so long. The Lord is more impatient because he sees you're coming in the real line and you're endeavoring in the right way. See, the Lord is impatient to give his association to you. See, you don't have to wait so long, do you there, Lalita? Notice? She opens her mouth and Krishna is there now. It's amazing, huh?
Yeah. Yes, I'm also impatient. I like to start with the sixth one. I'm
okay,
also
go
impatient.
ahead. Go ahead. What's the sixth one?
The sixth one, this, like you said, that should be the first one, following in the footsteps of the previous acharyas.
Ah, that's a good one. See?
Yes.
So, yeah.
So I like to put that one first.
Yeah. And what does he say after that? There's something good after that, too.
These 6 principles undoubtedly assure the complete success of pure devotional service.
Okay. So this is called Raganuga Bhakti, actually. That verse is actually, nectar of instruction is for the action, not for beginners. It's for Majjamadhikaris that actually have taste. Or they want to. See, favorable, when you're on the Raganuga Bhakti path, you do what is favorable for that path and leave behind what is unfavorable. And that's often various principles of Vaidhi. It's in the way. See? So now this is actually speaking about Raganuga Bhakti. And this is what you get very easily in association with Raganuga Bhaktis. You see their confidence. It's like a little child. People are like little children. Little children learn from their parents, right? They look at their parents and they learn that way. The role model. Okay? So you see a Raganuga Bhakti, a spontaneous devotee, endeavoring with confidence, and everything else you see in that verse. Following in the footsteps of the previous acharyas. So what was the previous? Previous acharya, you might say, well, they taught all these rules and regulations. Not necessarily. The previous acharyas we call people's attention to. Pay attention to. Oh, Murari said to Lord Chaitanya, oh, please, always place me in association of worshiping Krishna, in association with your intimate servitors. See, that's following in the footsteps. That's where you get, people don't preach that. They don't know that. But that's how you follow in the footsteps of the previous acharyas, in essence. Because whoever does that will very quickly get devotion to Krishna.
Yes.
Now, just a second. If you say, following in the footsteps of the previous acharyas means to follow all the Vaidhi path and the rules and the regulations and all that, well, okay, fine, you do that, but then the result is much slower. Okay? But if you can listen to this preaching, now you've done enough of that, or you didn't do any of it, but you come to this preaching, here you've got what Murari Gupta was talking about. You got the intimate associates where the Lord has given himself to. And you're worshiping Krishna in that association. That's following the footsteps of the real acharyas. See, in their confidential mode. Go ahead. No, go ahead and say what you say.
Yeah, what I wanted to say, when we have the bona fide acharya, then, and we are in that association of serving, then these other ones, they naturally come with it.
They come with it.
Also,
Yeah,
like you said, abandoning, that's point 5, abandoning the association of non-devotees. It will naturally follow when we have found this path, this association with a bona fide Raganuga teacher.
Yeah.
Of course,
Yeah,
it's a choice.
Yeah, it's like it says, Krishna in Bhagavad Gita says, ceasing such engagements by getting a higher taste. So ceasing such engagements, engaging with persons talking about the world and worldly things all the time. So now you see, boy, it's so nice to see the devotees talking about Krishna. I feel so enlivened. I see so confident, so free. And then you go back and you hear those people. You can ask Sachi about that. She used to have these talkers talk blah, blah, blah all the time. Now she does like, I don't want to listen to too much of that.
Yeah.
You know? So you got a higher taste from association with devotees who speak about Krishna and are enlivened by it.
Yeah.
See? So that's following the footsteps of Acharya. That's listening to a bona fide guru. You'll naturally experience that. It becomes easy and natural to give up such association. Easy and natural to be confident and to be patient. And all these things come naturally. Otherwise, you got the hard way. You're going to listen to people who are also trying to make myself be confident in worshiping Krishna, even though I don't really know who Krishna is yet. But I want to look like I know. Here, you come here, you can see people who know Krishna. Because Krishna, look at them. Krishna is obviously in their temple. Our bodies are temples. Oh, look, Krishna's in the temple. Look how ecstatic that devotee is. Krishna must be there. And associating with that devotee, because look how ecstatic they are. Yeah, I did read that in a book. When the devotees are in contact with Lord Chaitanya, they become so ecstatic. And Lord also. So it must be, this person must have the mercy of Krishna and the Vaishnavas. Okay? Isn't that kind of